how are you? Good? So, let's remember a bit about the last class, okay? What did we spoke on last class? We spoke briefly about all those four parts of the boat. So, let's try to remember what each one of those parts do, okay? So, the sail, like we said last time, it's your engine. It's the thing that will give speed to your boat, okay? The hull, it's your car. It's the place that you need to stay inside to use everything, okay? The doggy board will avoid you to drift all the way. It will allow you to do upwind if you need it, okay? The rudder will give your boat direction, okay? So, that being said, that was the last class. Let's speak about what we're gonna do today. We know that the rudder gives us direction. We know that the sail gives us the speed when has wind on her. So now let's speak about how do we adjust our sails, okay? How she should be set and everything. We have three main directions that we do, okay? On races, on everything. Those are upwind, you guys already know. If the wind is coming, if the wind's coming from that way, upwind means against the wind. So we're gonna go on the same direction as the wind, okay? Downwind. What's downwind? Downwind, we're gonna go down with the wind. So if the wind is going on this direction, the downwind will be on the same direction, okay? Those are the main principles, but we have another one that's a bit different. So we already know what is upwind, these, what's downwind, these. Now, sideways to the wind, that's the third direction, okay? This, the name of that is reaching, okay? So, as you can see, you have three main directions that you can do with your boat to go on the wind. With those directions, you can reach every point that you want. Let's say that you want to go from point A to point B. How you're gonna do using those directions to get from point A to point B? First, it's a bit sideways, right? It's not all the way up, it's a bit side. So you need to go this direction, okay? How do you do this direction? It's the same thing as a bit of upwind and a bit of reaching. So you have those two main directions, reaching and the upwind, and you put more or less on the middle, okay? You adjust your boat direction and you can reach any point, okay? Using those principal stuff, okay? So, you know those directions already, but I want to ask you guys, how do we do upwind? How can we go against the wind? If you guys have some experience on the boat, you already know that if the upwind mark is over here and you're coming from here, if the wind's coming from that direction and you want to reach here, you cannot go in the straight line. Why you cannot go in the straight line? Because your sail will be exactly on the middle of the boat over here and is not in catching wind to move you forward. So actually you are stopped or even moving backwards, okay? So how do we do to get here on the upwind? How can we do that? We're gonna do it's very simple, okay? We know that the sail need to be completely full to get speed for a boat, right? So let's drawing that. Look, these, it's like rules of what we do, okay? This upwind straight, you see that the sail is flapping. So because the sail is flapping, you're not moving, okay? You cannot go out of that position. That it's exactly the same direction as the wind. You have a bit sideways. What direction is that? That direction is a bit sideways with the wind. So now your sail, instead of staying doing that, it will be full with something like that, ending on the corner of your boat. Now, your sail is getting wind. You can see that's not flapping anymore. So because it's getting full, your boat gets speed. So now you can go in that direction. Remember that, that's very important, okay? And we have the third direction. That. What's that again? You guys remember? We spoke that about here. This is the reaching. Your sail will be here, a bit more off the corner of the boat. I'll explain why the sail is like that in a couple minutes, okay? So these you cannot move. You're crossing on the wind direction. Here you have a bit of angle on with the wind direction. So now your sail is full, you can move forward. Here is the reaching, okay? So your sail is a bit more open than the corner of the boat, and you can go anywhere you want. You have the broad reaching, that's a bit more open, okay? The broad reaching, a bit more down, and you have the down. Do you guys notice something similar to all those boats? Not much on these two, but on the other ones, it's almost the same. What's almost the same? Can you guys tell? Look at the sail, guys. These sail, these sail, these sail. Look at those. Can you see, it's a bit off, but can you see that the sail on the angle of the sail on the boat, it's always on the same direction. So here your sail is like that. Here your sail is like that. Here your sail is like that. So it's always more or less the same angle with the wind, your sail. Okay, your sail is always with the same angle. Why we have that happening? Let's explain that to you. So, like we spoke before, we have those angles, okay? We need to put our boat with some angle against the wind, that way we can move. That be on the upwind, okay? Now, why the sail has almost the same angles on all directions, on the upwind, on downwind, on broad reaching and on reaching. You have that because how do you set your sail to get speed of your boat, to get your boat to get more speed? You have the sail always, if the wind is coming here, you always want your sail to be like that. Starting, your sail has a shape, okay? How is the shape of your sail? Like that, right? It's a bit of a U, okay? So let's use that. So on the beginning, you want almost the same direction as the wind. So this part of the sail, almost in the same direction as the wind. A bit more tight. And then the rest, it will be set by themselves, okay? You just need to focus on this area here. This is a very important area. So can you see that this direction of this small piece over here, it's almost the same direction. If I do that, it's almost the same direction as the wind direction. It's a bit more tight, but it's almost the same direction. Why? You always want your sail to be completely full. You want your sail to catch the wind from this point all the way down till here. So if your sail is a bit more open, what will happen is, like putting that way, you're gonna be doing something like that on your sail, and this part, that's like that right now, it will be flapping. If this part is flapping, you're not using your entire sail all the way here, you're using just here to here. Okay? So you don't want that. You want to use the full sail. And okay, I tightened a lot, now I'm using the full sail, but the wind is hitting my sail. The wind's here. The wind, I tightened a lot, now my sail is like that. Doing another thing. You can see that you have a bigger angle when you prolong your sail here, and the wind, you have a bigger angle, right? So now, what's happening? The wind is coming to your sail, okay? Hit your sail here. A bit of the wind goes that way, a little bit go this way. Another wind hit here. A bit go that way, a bit go that way. Another one hit here. A bit move that way, a bit move that way. Can you see one thing? You know you don't want the wind to go that direction. You want the wind always to come in this direction. If the wind it's always coming on this direction, you get more propulsion, you get more speed, okay? So if the wind is hitting your sail and going forward, that's bad, that's slowing you down. So if these happen when you have a bigger angle with your sail, when this angle here with the wind is too big. That happened. Now, what's happened if you make this angle a bit smaller? The wind direction is the same wind direction, okay? Let's put the sail here. So, the wind, same direction, okay? If you put your sail a bit more, prolong your sail a bit, this is the angle that your sail, the front part of your sail is doing with the wind, okay? This is the wind direction, this is the angle, this is your sail a bit more forward, okay? So now what happened to the wind when it hits your sail? The wind will hit your sail, and because you have a bigger angle, you're gonna have really small winds coming this way. But you have most of the wind that's hitting your sail coming that way. And now the other one hits here. You have a little bit, just a bit going forward because of the angle. You don't have much angle like here. So just a bit go forward over here. And the most part goes here. So now you get all those parts here that's going that way and plus with each other. So that plus that plus that plus that, you're gonna have a bigger propulsion. Okay? Over here is the same thing. You do that plus that, but minus that minus that minus that. So you have 1, 2, 3, like let's say 3 going that way, but you have a lot going this way. So now you have all of that cancelled by each other and you have just that much of proportion, okay? Over here, you still have something going forward, but it's too small. So you cancel this part and you have all of that proportion, okay? Proportion. So when you have a small angle with the wind, you have more proportion, so you have more speed, you can go faster. Okay. Oh, okay, now I understand why I need my sail really almost flapping, but why I cannot let my sail flap then? Now, like we said before, if your sail flap, you lose all of that. That part here is not catching wind. So you're using, of all of your tools, you're using just this amount to get speed. So it's even worse, okay? It's very important to leave the sail with the right angle to the wind, okay? Perfect. Now, like with that being said, let's go back on how we do the upwind, okay? So we cannot go straight up because the sail will be flapping. But we just saw it that we can put a bit of angle, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna move your boat a bit more sideways, okay? So we're gonna put our boat a bit more with angle with the wind. Now your sail will be something like that, and you can see your sail is full. Now you are moving this direction. Can you see that you're approaching a bit the mark? You are getting closer. With the time, you're getting closer to the mark. A bit more out, yes, but you're still getting close. So now, because of this angle that you put on with the wind, soon you need to go on this other direction. We cannot go like that, so you need to change. So what we're gonna do is, we're gonna go. When we reach here, more or less sideways for the mark, we tack. Now we can reach the mark. Now we can reach the mark and do the upwind, okay? So that being said is, upwind, here. You're coming from here. How do you do an upwind? You're gonna go on zigzag. That's the way that you do upwind, okay? So now let's go a bit more on that. You have two persons, okay? You have two guys doing an upwind. Two guys doing an upwind, okay? Let's draw big. Upwind. Here. And you have someone going up with this angle. And someone going up with this angle. Which one of those do you think that will reach the mark first? Let's make the exercise, okay? Let's work on that. Here, the guy will be going that direction, okay? Here, because he's pointing a bit more, he tightened the sail a bit more to be in a good angle with the wind, and his boat is a bit more up, without the sail flat, the sail is not flapping, you're gonna go in an angle like that. What's happening to those boats? Here, they are really close to each other. Here, one boat is here, the other one is here. Can you see the difference because of a bit of an angle with the boat on the wind direction? This guy earned a lot of space between the boats. So if you want to do a upwind, a proper upwind, you guys need to start to do a proper upwind. A proper upwind is, you need to tighten your sail as much as you can. Here on the corner is the best thing that you can do. And put in the boat in a good angle with the wind. Okay, you need to put your boat angle as much as you can. Tighten your sail, putting the sail on the right spot. And when the sail is on the right spot, you can keep your speed and go. Okay? That's the way that you do upwind. Now, let's speak a bit how much can we tighten, what we use to tighten our sail actually, because I didn't explain to you guys. What we use to tighten our sails. What do you think that happened? Let's draw your boat here. Your hull, dagger board, rudder, sail. The sail, it's here, but nothing is holding her. She can open all the way, go forward, do a lot of stuff. So what do you have over here to keep your sail on the right spot? You have something called the main sheet. This is a piece of rope, okay, that you're gonna hold when you're sailing to adjust how much open your sail will be. Okay, so with that you can control how much your sail will be open or not. Main sheet, okay, you're gonna use that all the time. In an upwind, you want your sail looking your boat from the top. You want your sail stopping here on the corner. That's the upwind, okay? With your sail over here, you're gonna have the best shape as possible on the sail, and if you put the right angle with the wind, your boat will be going really fast, okay? And really high up. If you're doing a reaching, because we spoke before here, you still want your sail to be with the same angle as the upwind sail. So your sail will be here, right? Can you see that's more open? Yes, right? You can see that. So now the upwind, your sail is here. The reaching, you need to play a bit more with the main sheet. If you tight, you want to go in that direction anyway. If you tight too much, that thing with the wind will happen again. If you tight too low, your sail will be flapping. So now is the main point. Over here you just need to put on the corner of the boat and put your boat with the right angle to the wind. Over here you already have a direction that you want to go, and you're not going to change that because you don't need it. But you need to change the direction. You need to change the sail angle all the time. So now you need to play the main sheet. You need to use that, or to tighten your main sheet, or to lose your main sheet, or to keep on the right place. Okay? Tightening your sail, losing your sail. Anyway, that's very important, okay? So let's go again what we spoke here. We remember what we did last time, what we spoke last time. I give you another name, the main sheet, that you need to know. Okay, we're gonna use those names all the time on the water. So if I tell you lose your main sheet. That means open your sail. If I tell you tight your main sheet or tight your sail, you need to bring your main sheet to you. That way you're closing the sail. Okay, it's very important. So you have a new name that you need to remember, and now you know how to set your sail in different directions. Okay, on the upwind you want on the corner, on the reaching you want a bit more open. But it's not only that, you already know how much open you need your sail on the reaching. You know how to adjust your sail to go high on the upwind. Okay, why you need those angles to work. Okay, you know that already because I just explained to you guys. So let's use that. Keep these in your mind. You need that to do a proper upwind. You need that to do a good reaching. On the downwind it's a bit more simple. You don't need to adjust much because the wind's coming from the back. You just need to keep your sail like that. Because the wind will hit here. You don't want the wind to go for both sides. You don't want the wind to go all the way here because you don't need it. You want to push you down. So you want the wind to hit your sail and stay on your sail. So you want no angle over here, okay? You want like that. That's the downwind. But for all the rest, you need to work your main sheet a lot more. Okay? Thank you guys very much for the class. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope that you guys understand everything that I said. See you guys next time, okay?